Commanders family, welcome into a very special episode of Next Man Up. And why is it special? Because I'm sitting next to the big dog right here. We just put pen to paper. Deatrich Wise is coming in the building, and we'll be rocking that burgundy and gold this season.
Yes,
First
sir.
things first, brother. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir,
it.
man. How big was
Appreciate it.
today for you and your family?
This was wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Woke up. King got the Commanders welcome.
Yeah.
That was great. It was high energy. Everybody clapping. Everybody dapping me up. It was cool meeting the whole staff.
Yeah.
It was great.
And it's always like this here, man. It's always good energy. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm sure you probably peeped it being just in the NFL, seeing what's going on here. What goes into that decision making to decide to come to the DMV, come back to the DMV? Because you told me you grew up in Virginia, but man, you spent your entire career with the New England Patriots. You were there that whole time. That couldn't have been an easy decision to decide to leave and come in.
Yeah, it was a tough decision. It was something that I was already aware that I wasn't going to go back.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
Both parties kind of agreed. We kind of like, cool. So once they told me that, I was in free agency for the first time.
Yeah.
I was out there, and I was just sitting at home, controlling the things I can't control. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sweat about it too much. I know I'm not going back, unfortunately, but what can I control? So I was just working out, spending time with family, hanging out with them, and then next thing you know, got a phone call coming here, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah?
Yeah, ready to go. So I already knew what Dan Quinn was doing here was great, and I was like, hey, man, I'm ready to go, ready to ride. So
Before we dive into that, you said that you were focused on controlling the things that you can control.
Yes.
And you were with the Patriots 9 seasons?
8 years.
8 years. So you're going into your 9th season. So I know that's got to be easier said than done, because you've never been in this position before where you didn't really know what was coming next, who was coming next, man. How did you get yourself through that? And how did you come to the reality that, listen, I can only control what I can control?
I learned that a long time ago. I would say while playing with the Patriots, kind of controlling the things I can't control. It was a journey. I'll put it that way, a learning process. And I kind of just focus on literally how I made myself do that was when I was younger. Well, it kept me from worrying about too much stuff, like what can happen, what can't happen. There's a lot of sayings in my head right now, but I say the main thing was I can't worry about what could happen because it hasn't happened yet.
Amen.
And I can't worry about what the past because it already happened. So I can mess up a lot of things still worrying about back then. So I said, you know what? That's already happened. That's history. It's done for. The hands. Now let's move forward.
Yeah.
So that's working out. That's taking care of my mental, my physical, my family, and enjoying life until the next thing comes. And when I got that phone call, I was ready to receive it.
Yeah, man, and you got that phone call, but I'm sure it wasn't the only phone call you had. So I have to ask you, what made you say, the Commanders, Washington, that is going to be my next home? What stood out about the Commanders that made you want to come in?
I wanted to go to a team that was a good organization from top to bottom, contender, and that I know I could play when I get there. And that was just kind of like the ballpark of like kind of what I wanted to do. And I only got 2 calls. And the first call, they called me, and then they kind of took the offer back. And I was like, all right, cool. So then the second call was this one, and I was like, oh, let's go. I'm right now. Yeah, so got everything worked out. Today I signed, so now I'm a Commander. So I'm excited, man.
We love it, man. I could feel your excitement. So when you have that conversation, because you mentioned it, you said this is a place where I can play. It's a place where I can make an impact. When you talk to Adam Peters, when you talk to Dan Quinn, maybe even Joe Wood Jr., what are those things that they're saying that their expectations are for you to come on this team, the things they want you to do this year?
Coach has said, both AP and Dan said, look, just be yourself. They heard who I was. They heard about me. And for those who don't know about me, you will know soon. My name is Deatrich Wise, as he said. I know I'm a great leader. I rush the passer well. I set the edge very well. I can play run and pass. I can play on both sides, inside, outside, left, right. And then also off the field, I dedicated myself of knowing not only my teammates, but the building. I wanted to always walk into a place and see the janitor and be like, oh, I know that lady. How you doing? Call her by her name.
Wow.
I know him. Hey, how you doing? I know Nolan. Hello, Nolan. How you doing? I know him. So I then wanted to say, hey, you, hey, you, hey, you. So me and a lot of people today, I got some homework to do. I got to learn how to. I think Brandon is the the chef's name. I gotta
Yep,
know
there
him.
you
I
go.
gotta learn his name. I met a lot of people today, so by the time we talk again, I'll know a lot of
Oh,
people.
you gonna know about Chef Connor. You gonna learn about Isaac, the IT
Yeah.
dude. Jared over here, our guy in the cut in the dark. You are gonna meet a lot of people, man. But that is
But
awesome,
that's
man.
the main thing, though, just knowing people, like knowing from the owner to the head coach to the janitor. Gotta know everybody, just because you want to make sure people feel loved. You know what I'm saying? And that's I guess my thing is I'm always about service, bringing light to anywhere that I go. And that's just who I am. That's always who I am. So yeah. So then I think because of that, I'm able to know the people that I'm talking to. So then it's easy for me to lead. Is if you don't know me and I tell you what to do, you kind of like, all right, I just met you, bro.
Yeah.
But like now, if you know me, I know you. We broke bread together, we hung out together, we talked together. Now I'm like, hey, listen, I'm more of I have developed my skills. I used to be more of like a one-on-one leader. The last couple of years, I became more of a vocal leader. I'm still working on that, but developing those skills, and I think made me who I am today. And I'm very excited to be a part of this Commanders organization and bring that light and that talent here.
Yeah, and your leadership is something that stood out to me. You know, we do our research when you come in and we figure out, who is this guy? And I see that C on your shirt. And when you're a Patriot, that captain thing is no joke. Like, you got to really be a leader. So how do you feel that leadership that you took during your time in the NFL, how do you think you can bring that here and help affect these young guys?
I've been around some great leaders.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great men that I've been around, and that's what made me a great leader today. Even now, I talk to those leaders today. They're like my mentors. They're like my big brothers, you know. So just kind of like talking to those guys helped me navigate and gave me the tools to navigate the good, the bad, the ugly. And I think I've seen it all. I've been in the league for 8 years. I've seen it from afar or I've been in it. I mean, I've been on championship teams. My first year went to championship. My second year we won it. Then the next 4 years was tough, and then the last 4 years was tough. But it was all learning experiences.
Right.
And what I learned was that you win and then you learn. And so I've learned so much, just from being in the league, being around great players. So I know how to bring the nose up on the plane. I know how to keep the plane going.
Yeah.
Right. And so I know how to keep all the morale up. Just kind of like things that you kind of and I'm still learning. Like, I don't know it all. Even though my last name is Wise, I feel like that's gonna be funny.
That was good.
I feel like with like the more you know, right, and the more you can apply, that's that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So like knowledge is like knowing the information, but then applying it is wisdom. So being here, I don't know if everything I learned over there can apply here.
Right.
So just kind of just like immersing myself into the culture, seeing how everybody is. Okay, you know what? I could probably sprinkle that in there, or just learn, just sit back and be a sponge.
For sure.
So I'm gonna just be that sponge for a while and then see how I can fit in.
Oh man, I love these sit downs. I love Next Man Up because you get to really see who the person is. And so like I'm watching your highlights, I'm watching football. This calm, cool, nice guy smiling is not what you see on the film. You see a dog, and that's kind of what I want to talk about right now because it's cool all this, you meet people getting their names, but we know one thing.
Can you play ball?
Yeah. No, we know you can play ball, but it's the way you play ball and the way that Dan Quinn likes his guys to play ball. He likes dog-ass competitors. On the film, I see it from you. How do you fit that mold of that dog-ass competitor when you put that trench strap on, you put that helmet on and get to work?
People say you can't flip the switch. I flip that switch.
Yeah, for sure.
I flip it in practice. And so like I turn it on early. And then like I always felt like if you can do it in practice, then you can do it in the game.
Yeah.
Right? So if I can see it in practice and I evolve to if I can see it in practice, then I can see it and I can do it in the game. So like I flip my switch on sometimes. I'll be in film. I'm sitting here like, yeah. So then I end up like all of a sudden like I know people have put those VR things on, but I feel like my internal VR, I close my eyes and I see exactly what I want to see.
Wow.
And I go from watching the film, then kind of like doing it in practice, and then like doing it in a game, and then like having that confidence of like, okay, I've seen this before. Oh, I know this formation. Oh, his foot's back. I know exactly what's going to happen. Like allows that dog to turn on because the dog's there. The dog's been there. It used to be like you ever seen one of them animals that you just like just can't control. It's like, okay, he's over there. Like
We're gonna keep him right over there.
That's what I was young me, like high school, just kind of like when the helmet came on, it was like right. And like the best way I can explain it was like almost like a light. Like you know what? Prime example, X-Man, Cyclops.
Yep.
When he takes off his
opens
glasses,
those eyes,
opens his eyes, everybody gets hit, right?
Yeah.
But then like when he puts those glasses on, it's a focus.
Right.
It's almost like that laser focus, and like that's what I've learned as a competitor. So like, it's not essentially that chaotic energy anymore. Now it's like controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Like poised aggression is what I always say. So like the more I've developed as a player, as a leader, as a warrior, like I became more poised. So like that lightsaber, like now it's like if that laser hits you, boom, that's
But it's locked in.
But it's locked in.
It's intentional
It's
as opposed to going everywhere.
Yeah.
I like
so
that analogy,
that's
man.
kinda
See,
like,
even just talking to you now, I can see what these guys like about. Hearing you talk, I feel like I'm listening to Joe Wood Jr. talk. I feel like I'm talking to Daryl Tapp. I feel like I'm talking to Sharif. And I know these are all guys that you're familiar with, guys you've been able to see around. How do you feel that coaching staff, this defensive coaching staff, because Joe Wood Jr., a dog, how do you think they can help your development and help you get to that next step of your career?
they've all played the game.
Yeah.
From Ryan to Sharif to Coach Tapp, they played the game. So it's really, really cool having a defensive coach that played the game and has the ability to coach players.
Yeah.
Because I've been around a lot of guys, and to have that knowledge that they have of playing the game and now seeing the game from a coach's view could definitely help a guy like myself, a guy like DA, a guy like Sheldon, a guy like Eddie, right? Any other guys, Payne, those type of guys, just kind of like see the game from a coach's view and a player's view that help us all elevate together.
Man, I'm so excited to see you play, man. I got to let you go, but I have one more question for you because you mentioned the word service, and I know that it's very important to you. I know you served your community well. I know you've been a Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, and now you're coming back home. Like you said, you grew up in Virginia. How excited are you to be back in this community, to be embraced by these fans, and also serve this community?
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of ways I can serve. Growing up in Chuckatuck, Virginia for 9 years, it's a pleasure to come back home. Come back to where family is and things like that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but I know I will love to do something. So
hey, man, well, we're excited to see it, man. Thank you so much for your time. I don't know why, I just love this conversation. I can't wait to see you get out there and play, man. Again, congratulations. Again, welcome home.
Appreciate
and,
it.
bruh, go race hell, baby.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
man.
Commanders
Most
family,
definitely.
our next man up. Deatrich Wise, pulling up with that Super Bowl experience. I got a feeling he's going to bring that here to the Burgundy and Gold. Appreciate you, brother.
There it is, man. Thanks
Yes,
for having
sir.
me.